There's a population of 7.5 billion humans and 1 quadrillion ants. If there was to be an ant rebellion, how would you kill your 133,333 ants? I'd throw 2.7 chickens at them then run away. Every ant gangsta till 7/10 of a chicken come for lunch. And, yo, that headless chicken over there really had me rethinking my part in the ant-apocalypse. Yeah, what the hell, how is this not higher up? That's some quality reference right there. Honestly, I just found a new sort of ant trap that took about a day to end a previously unstoppable ant invasion that felt like it must have been at least 1,000 ants, so I guess 133 of those. What kind of ant trap is it? I've had pest control come out a couple times, but I still see at least 5 to 7 daily. It is called Taro PCO Liquid Ant Killer Bait Station. ATPLACPS, very famous in the ant world. TPCOLACPS if you want the unabbreviated abbreviation. It's essentially boric acid in sugar water. Takes a few days sometimes, but very effective at taking out the queen and the hive dying off. No molten aluminum required. But the molten aluminum method is much more fun. Plus, free sculpture. Taro is legit and crack. For real. These things are magic. I had a carpenter ant problem, and within a day these things reversed the tides of war. Haven't seen one inside in a year. Taro is the absolute best. My shed had a massive carpenter ant colony and it killed it all in 2 days. Ants have a very distinct sense of smell and communicate by leaving chemical trails to different locations for different reasons. If you want to get rid of them, you need to erase the scent trails. We used Windex in high traffic areas over a period of time and they stopped coming. Not sure if it was luck or what, but since it worked for me, I hope it works for you as well. I tried lemon juice. Never saw an ant freak the fuck out before. What works best is actually using borax mixed with sugar and a bit of water. Put it in a Gatorade cap near any holes they come out of or places they traffic. In addition to this, you should use soap and water to wash away any trails you see them walking. They leave a scent to show the other ants where the food is. Borax will kill the ants, but not until they bring it back to the hive where all the ants will consume it. It works wonders. That's what I'm trying right now. I don't quite know where the hell they're coming from. All I know is I found a bunch around an interior window nowhere near any food, so I can only guess that's somewhere near where they're coming in. It's really quite fortuitous. I had just bought some borax the day before the little bastards showed up, for completely unrelated reasons. Use a gel food that isn't instant death. They eat some and take some back to the colony, killing the whole mound. I use red ant mound killer pellets. They're dead within 30 minutes and it's awesome because they all come out to taste what smells so good. Then boom, huge pile of dead ants. If you're already dealing with an infestation, killing ants on the spot solves nothing. Kill on contact stuff is good to have around to deter ants searching for new food sources, but once you're dealing with lines of them in multiple rooms, you need a poison that works slowly enough for them to carry some back to the colony and kill the whole thing. Otherwise you'll end up waiting for them to repopulate and send another wave. Yeah, you're completely right. I only put the mound killer on or within feet of the mound. To get rid of ants, first find where they are entering the home. Use ant killer spray to make a 2 to 3 foot circle around the entry point. The spray will create a barrier the ants will not cross. Inside the circle put some ant bait, the ant traps with bait inside or the liquid bait you put out on little cards. The ants will enter the circle, take the bait and return it to the nest where it will kill the rest of the ants. It's interesting to watch. Kind of like your own little ant farm. At first the ants will swarm the bait. In a couple of days the numbers of ants will begin to drop and the ants will seem slow and lethargic, almost like they're drunk. The number of ants will continue to fall and they should be completely gone in 7 to 10 days. Keep your eyes open and repeat this process for any other entry points that pop up. These boots were made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over ants. I was singing the song normally, then read ants in Sterling Archer's voice. Wretched, bloody ants. This made me laugh harder than it should have. A lot of people aren't considering the different types of ants. You're probably thinking of black ants or maybe even fire ants. Imagine being the poor fucker that gets bullet ants. He's gonna die. Wait, can they go through a boot sole? Do you really think you have enough stamina to tap dance 133,000 ants to death before you get slow enough that they start climbing onto your shoes? Anyway, I started tap dancing these ants to death. Back then in 2010 my mom forced me to learn tap dance and I said where I am gonna use it, to kill ants. You underestimate my power. Sprinkle diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth is almost pure silica, with some beneficial trace minerals. Under a microscope, it looks like shards of glass. Glass is made from silica. On any beetle-type insect that has a carapace, like fleas and cockroaches, the DA works under the shell and punctures the body, which then dehydrates and the insect dies. DA is totally non-toxic. There is no buildup of tolerance like there is to poisons because the method of killing is physical, not chemical. Please use food grade as it's safe for mammals. Do not breathe it in though. It acts much like asbestos in the lungs. I wear a P2 mask when I use it at work. Are you serious? I took the recommendation to put it in the carpet and on my cat when he got fleas. Did I give my cat and myself mesothelioma? You may be entitled to compensation. Steal a steamroller. Little fuckers. 9 seconds have passed. Road roller day. Summon the spider from the corner of my shower. This is the moment he's been training for all his life. How many ants can one spider take? Even on his home turf I am worried for his safety. You underestimate his power. He's an epic spider. I normally kill spiders if they look creepy, but he's a good spider, he doesn't look creepy. Leggboi. Ants are vicious, so I am not sure one home spider would do much. On that topic, I always leave one spider in the corner and just clean excess web. Like barely any insects survive thanks to him/her. I do the same. If a spider is chilling in the corner I leave him be. Never see any other insects. We're basically roommates at this point. Can't help you mate. I've joined the ants. And ze Flammenwerfer doesn't even work on you. This is terrible. But it works flammen. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Soviet Wumble. Yes comrade. Yeah, that video gave me quite the giggles. Probably rent one of those anteaters. Apparently there are only about 5,000 left in the wild. Sad face. Texas, you know what to do. You're goddamn right we do. This is cracking me up. I was unaware that Texans are ready and waiting for the call to solve the lack of anteaters problem. No one ruin this for me. We're very good at harboring large numbers of otherwise endangered species. It'll be a problem once we get a show called Anteater King premieres. Tap dancing, lap dancing, slap dancing, FAP dancing. Any tutorial for this? FT me, I'll show ya, winky face. Wait, let me grab my magnifying glass real quick. While you're doing that I'ma grab my microscope. Eat them. Good protein source. Pound for pound, ants have more protein than beef. Bear Grylls. Damn it, forgot my beef jerky, better eat 5,000 ants. Sure. I suggest this during WW2 and I get the OL what the fuck did he just say? Fast forward to 2020 and it's suddenly a good idea. Sit down and reason with them. Now that's a diplomat. A diplomate. Edit, holy moly wow thanks. Or a foreign ambassador. Before we get political, please rise for our national anthem. Oh, cantata. Americant. Antarctica. Wait. There's only one thing to do, learn the language of the ants, earn their trust, then breed with their women and in time, our differences will be forgotten. I ain't gonna lie, You lost me in the second half. I ain't gonna lie asterisk. What are you, a segregationist? Don't be speciesist. But. Magnify glass. Finally, a clear and focused response. I see this fellow has an eye for transparency. We should examine his plan in finer detail. Enhance. Squish a few on the wall and leave them there as a warning to the others. Line their heads on a toothpick all the way to the hill, Roman style. About 10 years ago, I actually did this with wasps when those fuckers made a nest in my apartment. Usually I condemn mutilation, but wasps are bastards. Are they still there? If yes, then burn them slowly. Alright, but if we mean all ants, and it's spread evenly by species, you ain't just dealing with your common fire ant or black ant. You gotta fuck with bullet ants, army ants, bulldog ants, etc. Bullet ants have incredibly painful stings if they can reach you. You need layers, and lots of them to overcome these dudes, and if even one gets to you, you're fucked. That pain will immobilize you to be swarmed by the 133,332 other ants trying to murder you. Army ants would thrive in this situation, considering all ants work together symbiotically. They are known for their aggressive, army-like hunting groups, which terrorize the territory they're in. A colony of these don't fuck around with permanent nests, they go where the tide of mass murder and bloodshed takes them. These fuckers can take down a fucking crab with no issue, tearing each joint and weak point apart. Imagine, for a second, if these dudes can commandeer the bullet ants to get through the layers of your clothing. You're toast, bud. Then, we have bulldog ants. These horrifying motherfuckers take the qualities of the bullet and the army ant and pump it up to 11. They have horribly painful bites, with the most toxic venom of any ant. They are just as aggressive as army ants, and, as an added bonus, can fucking jump. You gotta see, right? While you're spraying Raid like crazy, one of these little shits is climbing up your body, up to your shoulder. It takes a leap and plunges its mandibles directly into your eye. You're blinded, fall over, and get swarmed by the rest of the ants. Game over. Of course, you can wear goggles, and do everything else under the moon to protect yourself from these guys, but in the end, unless you've got a flamethrower, you probably aren't going to survive the ant-apocalypse. I, for one, plan to beg our new ant overlords for mercy and hope they don't eat me alive, at least not quickly. I for one welcome our new insect overlords. I'd like to remind them that as a popular TV personality, I could help them round up humans to toil in their underground sugar caves. Finally. Why was this so far down? My ass is fat enough to kill that many ants in one sitting. 'Tis true.